Hello, hello, everybody. I'm a little bit under the weather, so my voice is a little bit strange. I didn't get much sleep last night, tossing and turning. So I wanted to hop on in here for Push Positive Live. It doesn't matter that I don't feel well. It doesn't matter that I didn't get a lot of sleep. I have something really important to share with you guys today, and I thought it was it is my intention to be able to share with you something really exciting that you can use in your life. And today, I want to talk to you about intentionally manifesting your dreams. So even though I don't feel well and I didn't get much sleep, I feel like it's my duty to tell you guys how this works because it's extremely powerful. And I have some exciting news that happened to me that I manifested. So I know from experience that this works. This happens all the time for me. But most recently, yesterday. So, what I want to do is follow the format of Push Positive where I welcome you. If you are hopping on live, please comment below and say live. If you are watching the replay, comment below and say replay. I want to know who's here. I want to know if you're watching, and I'm just really excited to be back for Push Positive Lives. It's been a while and I'm really happy to be able to offer this to you. Hi Mona, I miss you. Thanks for being on and watching. Okay, so first, after I do my introduction, now I'm going to tell you about the news. So this week, if you are local to Atlanta, Georgia, the big news is that I am hosting my first ever Create Your Life vision board workshop. And what we're going to do is create vision boards and not just cut pictures out and paste them. We are going to intentionally manifest what you want to create in your life, what outcomes you are looking for, what things you maybe are striving to achieve but are not being successful with that, and trying to figure out what is standing in your way, what obstacles are there, maybe what are you doing to prevent these things from coming into your life. And we're going to really break it down. It's a whole day workshop on January 28th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Comment below if you're local and you need some information. I will reach out to you and get that to you. So that's the big news. The Vision Board Workshop is coming up January 28th from 9 to 4 p.m. for local clients only, and it's actually going to be women, this first one. But if we're going to do more later on, if this one goes well, then I'm happy to open it up to different themes or different types of things, like maybe a vision board for business or vision board for men, vision board for men and women. We'll find out how this first one goes. If you're interested in being a part of this, comment below and let me know, because that actually has a lot to do with what we're talking about today. And maybe you'll figure out at the end of the Push Positive Live that is something you're interested in. Maybe you've never done a vision board before, you don't even know what it is, but it is a very powerful tool to use that a lot of famous people use it as well, and that's how they've manifested their good fortune as well, like Katy Perry and Oprah, Will Smith, of course, Tony Robbins. So thank you guys for popping on. Comment live below if you're here live, or comment replay. Say replay in the comments if you are watching the replay. All right, so now I want to move into a breathing technique. I am a little bit under the weather, so I don't want to scare you with my voice. But for the breathing technique, when you are feeling anxious or overwhelmed or frustrated, maybe it's with parenting, maybe it's with work, maybe it's with your spouse or your partner. When something isn't going exactly as you had hoped and it's causing you to feel nervous and anxious and just uncomfortable in your own body, this breathing technique, which I learned in my yoga training, is very helpful, and it's good to reset you so that you can come to the obstacle with a clear mind. And sometimes that's all you need. You just need to be reset before you go back out into the world. Have you ever heard about anger management, and if you're the type of person who gets angry easily, you might walk away, take a deep breath, count to 10, and come back before you reassess the situation. This is the same idea, but it's something that you can do privately within yourself to really get yourself centered. So it's a breathing technique that I have not done sick before, so we'll see if it works, but I will walk you through it so that you could be doing it with me. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to be breathing in through our nose on a count of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Slowly breathing in through your nose. Sorry about my sickness. I hope it doesn't change my voice or anything. And then you're going to breathe out through your nose for a count of 4. And this is level 1, just simple breathing. So let's do level 1. Close your eyes if you want. That'll help. And you're just going to breathe in slowly through your nose for a count of 4 like this. And then slowly breathe it out. Okay, let's keep with that. So breathe in and breathe out. Now we're going to go up a level here. I want you to breathe in for a count of 4. And then once you've inhaled, you've expanded your belly, you've filled yourself up with air, then I want you to hold for a count of 4. Now, if that makes you feel nervous, if you suffer from anxiety and that makes you feel anxious, you do not have to do it. But what I want you to do is breathe in 4, hold for 4, and then breathe out 4. So let's try it. Close your eyes. If you want, you can sit up nice and straight. Try and get your posture to be really nice and long. So you have a nice path here to breathe. And let's breathe in for a count of 4. Now you want to hold it. And slowly exhale through your nose. Good. And we'll do this one again. Breathe in for 4. Hold for 4. And breathe out for 4. Excellent. If you're just joining us, we are doing our breathing exercise before we go into today's topic, so that we can feel centered and calm. And now the third level of this breathing is to breathe in for a count of 4, hold at the top for a count of 4, breathe out for a count of 4, and then this might be a little challenging, especially if you've never done it before. We're going to hold for a count of 4 at the bottom as well. So it's a cycle: in 4, hold 4, out 4, hold 4, in 4, okay, just like this. So let's try that together. Again, if you suffer from severe anxiety and having no air and holding it is something that makes you feel nervous or uncomfortable, please don't do this. But this is very calming. It calms the energy. If you can make the breath an audible breath, something that you hear like this, hopefully you can hear that, then you're actually warming the air before it reaches your lungs. So it's very calming. So I want you to try to incorporate this practice into your everyday. Let's give it a try now. Close your eyes. We're going to go in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, and hold for 4. Here we go. Breathe in through your nose. And hold. And exhale. And hold. One more time. In. Hold. Exhale. And hold. Very good. Now, you could do this 5 times in a row, 3 times a day, and you will see that you have a more calming energy. Even when you're driving in the car, you could do it. Of course, keep your eyes open, but aside from that, you could do it there. You could do it at your office, at work. If you need to stop your work for a minute, there's just too much on your plate, too much to do, take a few minutes and do this. And let me know how it goes. So post below once you've done it and let me know. All right, today's topic is to intentionally manifest your dreams, creating your life with thoughts and action. And those 2 things are really important. You need to have the thoughts so that you can think of what you want to create, and then you need to have the action, the doing. So what I like to do is, first of all, I don't know if you guys have seen my book. I've written 3 books now, 2 physical books and 1 ebook. This one is called My Vision Journal. Okay, it's a very thick book. I have a copy, my kids have a copy, and it's part of our nighttime routine. You might want to do it in the morning, you might want to do it at night, but what's happening here in this book, and let me just open you up to a blank page, is every day we are listing things. We are writing what we want, what we are grateful for in our life that has already happened to us, what we're grateful for in our life that hasn't happened to us yet, but we want it to as if it already has, and then some personal positive affirmations, which is really important and very effective to keeping a positive mind, which in turn, when you have a positive mind, you can experience more positive outcomes in your life and attract these things to you. So what I wanted to tell you was a little story. So in my other company, Melissa Marketing, where I do Facebook advertising and marketing strategies, I have written an article and I submitted it. And I really, really, really wanted to be in a big magazine. So an online magazine like Forbes or Entrepreneur or something like that. So that started with a thought. That was a thought that I had in my mind. And because I had that thought, it left me and went to this other place. Now, I don't know if you're religious or if you're spiritual, but there's something greater than us here in this world. There's some other level beyond just the human body. So when you have a thought, you are creating a little bit of energy and you are putting it out into that world, into the universe, into that higher connection. If you don't have that thought hasn't left you and hasn't gone to that higher connection. So you first need to have that thought so that that connection can attract the thought and hold on to it and move pieces around to make things happen for you. Of course, if you have these thoughts more frequently, you're creating more and more energy and more things will come to you, or things will come more faster and you can manifest things that way. So I put a thought out into the world that for my other company, my marketing company, I want to be featured in a big deal business article, magazine type thing, okay, like Forbes or Entrepreneur. So that was my first thing, my thought. The next thing I did was I took my vision journal, and in the section about what I am grateful for that has not yet happened, as though it already has happened, I would write in there very frequently, I am grateful for being featured in Forbes magazine, for example. And I can show you this, even as recent as a week ago, January 2nd. Let's see if I can do this while holding the phone. Number 3 right here, if you can see, number 3 says Entrepreneur Forbes magazine. Messy handwriting. Okay, so I wrote it in there as though it already happened. So first I had the thought, I created the energy, then I create that energy again and again and again. I keep putting it out there by writing it in my journal. So I'm constantly thinking about it. I've created a vision board, which I won't show you. It's hanging on my wall over there. But it's on there as well. So now I wake up in the morning and I actually see it. I visualize it. I think of it. I think about the feeling of what it will feel like to have been featured in a Forbes article. And then I see it on my vision board every morning and I'm talking about it. I'm sharing that with other people. I am putting it out there so that it is spoken. It's becoming real. The next step is turning that thought into action. Now, if you just say, oh, I want to be in Forbes, I want to be in Forbes, I want to be in Forbes, and you never do anything about it, it might happen. It might not happen. And it might not happen when you want it to happen. Now, just because you try to manifest things, that doesn't mean you get to decide the timeline. It might be 3 years from now. But if you do absolutely nothing to help drive that, you do no action that parallels with your thought, then you're really just saying, okay, whatever happens, chance. But if you are actively working towards what you are hoping to achieve, you are drawing that closer in. You are becoming more connected to that reality. So not only am I thinking I want to be in a Forbes article, not only am I writing it in my vision journal daily. So it is at top of my mind. Not only am I putting it on my vision board so I physically see it, so it's constantly a thought. And not only am I talking to my friends about this and my loved ones so they know that it's something that I want. First of all, that opens opportunity up, because when you talk to other people, they might have connections you didn't know about. And if you keep your mouth shut, then you risk keeping all of that possibility and opportunity inside. So you want to be able to speak it as well so that it can reach even further. Or maybe people support you and they want to help you and also want that for you. So they're creating that thought and that energy so that there's more and more energy. But the next step is to take action. So what I did is I wrote an article and I submitted it to Forbes, because that's a good way to let Forbes know I'm interested, right? Well, it went through a few rounds of revisions and decisions, and, I just submitted information. No one ever said, oh, write an article, it'll be published. No one said that at all. But I was like, okay, what action can I take that parallels with my thought? And my thought of being featured in an article like Forbes or Entrepreneur Magazine is just the thought. And so I had to do an action that went with it. So maybe you know how this story ends. But one other thing that I did is for this vision board workshop that I'm hosting on January 28th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., I was creating emails that I wanted to send to people to invite them to my workshop. So I created a few rough draft emails. In your email box, you can write a draft before you send it. So in one of my drafts, I was writing about how vision boarding works and how I gave an example of how you can manifest your life. And the example that I gave was what I'm telling you now about wanting to be featured in a Forbes article. And what I wrote in the rough draft that has not yet been sent out is that it has already happened. And I said, I manifested that. And I was featured in a Forbes article. And although it hasn't happened yet, I did write that in the draft. I haven't sent it out. And if it doesn't happen or it didn't happen, I wouldn't send that out. But because I wrote it as though it already happened, and I feel it in the pit of my stomach, how it would feel to be featured as an expert in social media, which is what I do in my other business, in a Forbes article, I know what that feeling is like. So I bask in that feeling. So if there's something that you want to reach in your life, I want you to think about what that would mean to you. What would it feel like to get that dream job, or date the person that you're striving to date, or even to find a loved one to be in a relationship with, or to have a baby if you're trying, or whatever you're trying to manifest in your life. I want you to think about how good it would feel after you got that. And I want you to bask in that feeling, because that is creating the energy to bring these things closer to you or bring opportunities closer to you. And you do have to follow your intuition a little bit here, because things might be coming to you, but if you've completely shut down your intuition, you're missing them. And things might not come to you the way that you think they're going to come to you. So you need to be open-minded to possibilities and opportunities that may arise. So I wrote this email. I didn't send it, but I wrote this email as though it already happened. And I said, when you manifest your dreams, this is how you do it. Everything I've explained to you now in this video, in this Push Positive Live. And this is what happened to me. I was featured in a Forbes article. Now, I wrote this email as a rough draft that has still not yet been sent about 2 weeks ago. Okay? 2 weeks ago. And I've been writing in my vision journal, which you can grab a copy of if you are interested. You go to mycoachmeliss.com/myvisionjournal, which I know on Facebook Live this is backwards, but it's my vision journal. So mycoachmeliss.com/myvisionjournal. You can also grab a free copy of my Push Positive book if you want at pushpositivebook.com, and there is an option to add this on if you want. So I've been writing in that book almost every day about the Forbes article. I write in the book every day, but not always about Forbes, because I have a lot of dreams I need to manifest. Guess what happened last night? I was lying in bed, not feeling well. My throat hurts, my eyes are watery. I'm lying in bed, wishing I could sleep. I'm kind of in and out of sleep. And I get a text message. Congratulations, your article has been approved and you will be featured as an expert in Forbes magazine online. Okay? This is what I manifested. This is amazing. This is what I wanted for myself. This is something that started with a thought. None of this would happen if I did not have a thought. That's part one. So I want you to think about what you can intentionally manifest in your life. What do you want? And I want you to be grateful for it as though it already happened. I want you to think about it every single day. I want you to post pictures about it or sticky notes about it so that when you sit at your computer, you see a little sticky note that reminds you to think about it, or you go to the bathroom on the mirror and you've written with dry erase markers so you remember. I want you to tell your friends and your loved ones about what you're trying to manifest so you make it real. Maybe they can help you. Maybe they can just think about it for you. That helps too. We want that vibration. That vibration, when people say vibration, what they mean is everyone's thought is an energy. And so when you get lots of thoughts, you have a lot of energy, and it's like it's vibrating and it's going to bring it to you. So I want you to think about that. What is your thought and how are you going to manifest it? And then I want you to tie it to an action. What action are you going to do to bring you one step closer to that dream? And then I want you to be grateful for all the opportunities that come to you. And I want you to be grateful for these things that you are dreaming of and manifesting or trying to manifest as though they already happened. And I want you to think about that feeling in the pit of your stomach, those butterflies, that excitement, because that's how you manifest. And once you've manifested one thing, you will be amazed. And you'll want to do it again and again and again, my friends. And that is exactly what I do. That's how I live my life. That's how I get what I want almost all the time. Not in my time frame necessarily, but it's always there. And I believe that it will be there. And I work with actions towards making those things happen. And that's how you do it, guys. So, yes, I will be featured this month in Forbes. I'm very excited about it. And if you have any exciting things that you're trying to manifest, I want to hear about them. So post in the comments below. Let me know what you're trying to manifest. Let me know if you've done this before and it's worked for you, what you have manifested. And I will see you next time for Push Positive Live. Bye.